it up.
Who's next to you, Hariri? Sorry. Let's get into garbage. Let's go.
Okay, guys, as we get this stuff thrown away and are getting settled, what you're going to need today, you're going to need your inside book. Okay, not the writing one, this blue one. I think blue. Mr. Ratliff is colorblind, in case you didn't know. That's something interesting about him. Okay, let's get, I don't see any food, that's good. You've got 2 sticky notes, guys, on the front of your desk. Okay, I expect that you're used to, from what I've seen, look up on the board here for instructions when you come in. If you can't understand what I've written or have a question about it, I always like it for you to ask me. I have no problem explaining things in different ways. But what I need you to do is on one of these sticky notes, right now in front of you, I want you to write down a vocabulary word from last week. Okay, we talked about volcanoes. You can go in your book, but I would really prefer if you could go from your memory. Okay, ladies, please try to remember, okay? Because this is the point of learning these vocabulary words, is we're supposed to take them with us. Okay? So I don't see any of my gentlemen over here writing. I don't know what's happening. Do we have a writing utensil? Do we have a writing utensil? Do we have a writing utensil? Okay? We need to be remembering these, otherwise there's no point in learning them. Wow. I don't want to do too much admonishing, okay? Admonishing is a fancy word that means scolding or telling you what you're doing wrong, but we all should have our writing utensils out 5 minutes into class. I do not need the definition, but I want it to be a word that you know the definition for. Ladies, we got one? What's going on here? What's going on? Why are we not doing this? Why are we not participating? Do you not understand what I'm saying? I'm going to try and learn all the names that I don't know here. Haifa, correct me if I say that wrong. Is that correct? Can we write a vocab word from last week? Where's your, this is not the correct book for this class either. This doesn't say inside, it says mathematics. Okay, vocab word. We got a vocab word over here. We got some vocab words. Are we all sharing the same vocab word? Okay, please correct me if I pronounce your name wrong, okay? It might take me a few tries, but I will get it. The vowel sounds is what I usually have trouble with. Okay, Tasneem. Right? Tasneem? Can you acknowledge that I got you? Thank you. Will you share your vocab word, please? Erupt. Okay, what does erupt mean? Who remembers erupt from last week? Who remembers erupt? Okay, if your hand's not going up, if you don't remember, let's listen to Tasneem because she's going to remind us of the definition. Tasneem, what does erupt mean? Or explain it to me in a sentence. Yeah. Well, let's back it up then. What erupts? If you don't remember, that's okay. Okay. Can anyone help Tasneem out? Yes. Let me say your name. Is it Haifa? Haifa. Okay. A volcano erupts. What does erupt mean? What does a volcano do when it erupts? Okay, let's go down to, say your name for me. Cola. Cola. What does a volcano do when it erupts? Shoots out lava and gas. Muhammad Al-Hariri, what did she just say? What happens when a volcano erupts?
It shoots out lava.
And hot ash. Okay, good. Thank you, guys. Please be paying attention to what each other is saying, okay? We help teach each other here. Who has a different vocab word from last week they'd like to share? Muhammad Salah, right?
Dangerous.
Dangerous. Okay, what does dangerous mean?
Not safe.
Not safe. Okay, not safe. Is a volcano potentially dangerous? Yes? Okay, yes. All right. Dangerous. Okay, so we've got dangerous, which means not safe. We've got erupt, which means to explode or shoot out. Zachariah.
Volcano.
Volcano. Okay, we've mentioned a volcano, but what is a volcano? Can you tell me?
Opening and earth surface that pours out lava.
Okay, an opening in earth's surface that pours out lava. We sometimes think of a volcano as a special type of what?
Mountain.
A mountain, okay? A mountain that is actively shooting and sometimes making more mountains, right? With that lava and that ash that's coming out. Khaled.
Warning.
Warning. Okay, what's a warning?
A sign that
okay, that warns you. Can we try and use a different word than warn, though? If I'm warning you about something, Khaled, what am I doing?
That's what do it.
Let's let Khaled answer. If I'm warning you about a volcano, maybe, I'm telling you that it is what? Another word. That it's dangerous, okay? So I might warn you about something that's dangerous. You see how these vocab words go together? Yes.
Surface.
Let me say your name.
Surface.
Narin? Narin? Is that right? Narin? No? Well, are you in the right seat?
Kareem. No,
Oh, Kareem. Why did I say Narin? Kareem.
It's not my name.
Well, why are you in Kareem's seat?
We just switched yesterday.
Okay. Well, who are you? Just tell me your name. Say again?
Muhammad al-Masmari.
Okay, Muhammad Al-Masmari. So you switched with Kareem, who's not here. Okay, I know Kareem. Okay, so Muhammad Al-Masmari. Are you going to give me another vocab word? What did you give me?
Surface.
Surface. Okay, what's the surface? Can you show me the surface of your desk?
Yeah.
What's the surface of your desk?
Here.
Oh, I don't know. I'm thinking of the surface as being up here. Of being what's on top. Since you're looking at the book there, why don't you tell us what it says in the book there?
The surface is the outside part of something. The surface of the light is calm.
Okay, the outside part of something. Okay, so here's the top surface of your desk. There's the surface on the side, surface of the table, okay, the surface of the whiteboard. The surface is a special kind of another word that I think is on here from last week that starts with an L.
Layer.
Layer, okay? So we can think of the surface as the top layer of something. Okay? That's good. If you guys didn't remember a word from last week, I want you to keep that in mind and think about that. You might have to start revisiting these word lists just to take a look at them after you've taken the test, because we want to be able to use these words, okay, after we study them, especially a word like dangerous, okay, or surface, or warning. These are words we're going to have a lot of time to use, okay, a lot of opportunity to use. Okay, because I bet we could talk about the dangerousness, okay, that's an awkward word, but that's right, okay? The dangerousness of a hurricane, okay? Warnings that come before hurricanes arrive. So you should see how these vocab words tie together. Okay? So now why don't we look on page
64.
154. Let's look at the vocab words from this unit. Okay, I want you to raise your hand. Okay, raise your hand when you know what word I'm describing. Okay, this is going to be a little refresher for those of you who didn't finish that homework packet. Good time to pay attention, because we can list those numbers from 1s up to 3s. Okay, words that we know and can teach someone else. All right, so if I'm outside and I'm by the water and I see a bunch of swirling rain clouds, and there's more and more and more, and they come together into one huge spiral-shaped storm. Wait, just raise your hand. I want to see all the hands raised. Okay, so I'm going to keep talking until everyone gets it. A huge spiral-shaped storm over the water that can sometime come inland. All right, Miriam. Ooh, no. Bigger. A tornado's on land. A hurricane, right? Okay, what's the difference? Someone tell me the difference between a tornado and a hurricane. Muhammad Hassan.
It's on water.
Okay, a hurricane starts over water. Okay, a tornado can be over land. Another difference, Muhammad Hassan? Yes.
Because it doesn't have waves, so the waves just go on the land.
Ah, okay, a hurricane creates waves, okay, and other oceanic effects. Okay, because it's picking up that water from the ocean and making it part of the storm. Okay, I think we all know what hurricane means. That's good. Okay, so this morning I had to stop and get gas. Okay, because I need gas to make my car drive. It is this word. Okay, gas is something my car needs. Okay, what am I describing? If it's something you need, okay, you need food and water. We talked about that yesterday. I see a lot of hands. You know what I'm talking about back here? Eunice, Zach? Sorry, not Eunice. Eunice, Yasser. Okay, Yasser, why don't you tell me what word there? Something that I need. Look at those words. Say again?
Necessity.
Okay, let's all say it together. It's a little hard. Necessity. Necessity. Can someone over here give me some necessities that they have in your daily life? Sorry? Cola, yes. Okay, you need clothes to come to school. Okay, clothes can be a necessity in two ways. Okay, right? One, what do they do with the elements, with the weather outside? Okay, they cover you to keep you warm, to protect you from the elements. Okay, but also in society, all right, we wear clothes so we don't all have to look at each other naked all the time. Okay, so clothes have two necessities. Okay, to cover us up. Okay, and to keep us warm, to keep us safe from the weather outside. If you tried to go outside in this weather with no clothes on, you would not make it very long. Okay? So that's necessity. Alright, how about this word? This is kind of a specific word to this lesson. Okay? And these are embankments that you would build up on the side of a river in case there's a lot of water and you don't want that river to flood. Okay, I see a couple hands.
What is it?
These are embankments, okay, and they'll often look like this, okay, and you'll build them up on the side of a river in case there's a lot of rain, you don't want it to flood. Okay, I see a lot of hands over here, I see most hands. Let us go with Maimuna. Did I say that right? Maimuna? What am I describing? A levee. A levee. Let's all say that. Levee. Okay. That comes from a French word. Ooh. Okay, that means to raise or elevate. Okay, because that's what you're doing with a levee, is you're raising the level of the land to try and keep the water in there. Okay, good. All right, let's try another word. Okay, if I am sitting in this room and all of a sudden the fire alarm goes off, what do I need to do right away? I need to get out. I need to get out right away. What's the word for getting out? For leaving someplace dangerous? Okay, you look so excited, Tasneem. I'll call you again here. Okay, let's all say that. Evacuate. Evacuate. When are some other times you might evacuate?
Danger.
Okay, when something dangerous. There, we're using that word again from last week, okay? Dangerous situation, a fire, an earthquake, a tornado. Okay? Let's see what else. Let's see our other words. Oh, here's a good one. Okay?
Future.
If there's... Okay. Well, now I won't do that one. Okay. If I am walking outside, okay? I'm walking outside, and I'm about to cross the street, and I look one way, but I'm kind of in a hurry, and I forget to look both ways, and I step on the street, and Eunice says, "Watch out, Mr. P, there's a truck." And I jump back, and wow, that truck goes by and missed me. I was very lucky that Eunice was there to say something, right? What was I? Let's go with Tess. Well, it was a dangerous situation that I avoided, okay? It was very dangerous. But Eunice, what word means lucky? Because I was lucky that Eunice was there to correct me. Your name's Aisha? Fortunate. Fortunate, all right? I was very fortunate. Okay, let's remember what Miss Winter told us yesterday about that CH sound. Okay, fortunate. Okay, there's another word on there. Muhammad Salah said it a minute ago. Okay, where that T makes that CH sound, that ch sound. Future, very good. I don't know where that came from, but very good. We all know what the future is, right? Okay, what's the future? It's coming, okay? It's the opposite of the past. Okay, very good. Right, it's what will happen instead of what has happened.
What will be happening?
What will be happening, yes. Okay, things that will be happening will come in the future. Can we get to the future?
No, you can't get it.
By waiting. Okay, I like that answer, okay?
Yeah.
But there's always a new future, right? A time machine? Okay, to go into the future maybe? If there is a time machine, all right. Zach's a little skeptical about time machines. That's probably fair. Okay, what if I took a time machine, okay, back to last weekend, into the past, when I was feeling a little sick, okay, and I had a runny nose, and it was a really bad runny nose. It was very, Zach? Severe, right. Okay, what does severe mean? What does severe mean, ladies? Serious, okay, very serious. Okay, generally in a bad or negative way. Dangerous, okay, can be very dangerous, yes. Good, okay, so that was it. Oh, one more, okay, one more. If you go to Yosemite National Park, okay, which is a great national park out west, everyone knows this is the last one. Untouched. Okay, what does untouched mean? Nora? Is that right? Okay, it's not changed or hurt in any way. Usually when we use the word untouched, we're talking about something often of natural beauty, okay, that man hasn't sullied or plowed down to make houses, okay, an untouched forest, okay, an untouched mountainside, all right. There's some thoughts over here. We want to talk about untouched?
Untouched.
Yeah, what?
That means you're not touched.
Well, right, okay, how do you know that? What are you looking at to decide that?
On.
On, which is a,
Nah.
ooh, what's on, but what is it? It's a type of
It's not her.
a prefix, okay, suffix, prefix, right, it's a prefix meaning not, on. What's another prefix that means not? In, okay, very good, very good. Dis, okay, good too. Miss, all right, so these are all negative suffixes, okay? None. Oh, non. Yes, non. Non. Very good. Well, I'm glad you mentioned non, Zach. Let's use that to segue. Okay? This type of story, and I see it up there, this fleeing Katrina story. Okay, I'm looking at page 158 now. Okay? This story, Fleeing Katrina, is an example of non-fiction. What does non-fiction mean? It's not. It's not fake. Okay, which means it's real. Aya, can you give me some examples of types of nonfiction? A type of nonfiction book you might read. Okay, a science book, a science article like we read about volcanoes. Tasneem? Okay, books about animals. Okay, they could be science books or they could just be learning books. Tess? Reading about war, so a historical book. Okay, biography is another good one. What type of piece of nonfiction are we reading here?
A genre of journaling.
Okay, two things we're going to call it, at least today while Mr. P is teaching. Okay, we're going to call this journal. This is a journaling because why? Because the girl kept a journal, okay, and it's got the dates, has the little headings. Okay, but we also call this, and this is a big fancy literary word, okay, in our content area, we call this a personal narrative. Now, what do you think that means, a personal narrative? It's got two parts. Aya? Okay, a person's story. Let's remember, guys, that narrative, we got everyone here?
Yeah.
Narrative is a big word, Muhammad Al-Hariri, for what? What does narrative mean? If I said I'm going to sit down and tell you a narrative, what am I going to do?
A person.
Guys, I would like if we let Muhammad try this one. What's a narrative? If I was going to tell you the narrative of Davy Crockett, okay, or the narrative of the Incredible Hulk. Story, okay? It's just a big fancy word for story. Okay? So when we're reading a personal narrative, we're reading the story of one particular person. Okay? This is the story, all right, that, I don't want to get her name wrong, Samantha Perez. Okay? This is Samantha Perez's personal story about Hurricane Katrina. Remember when we read that volcano article, we were reading about scientists and we were reading about scientific facts. Okay? But here, this is just as one girl sees it. We're not seeing the whole hurricane or the whole city of New Orleans. We're reading about Samantha and her dress, okay, and her family, and where they went. Okay, so it's personalized. Did you have a question?
No, I thought. No.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, what I would like to do, all right, is I would like to read through this. I think you guys normally do this. We did this last Tuesday. Okay, I would like to take volunteers, if there are any, to read sections of this, and then I'd like to stop, okay, occasionally to talk about what we're reading. I want us to make text-to-self connections, okay? And I want us to see that this is an event that's happening in a sequential pattern. Okay, what's sequential mean? This is kind of a big word. Eunice? Order. Yes, ordered, okay? So in an ordered, usually when we say sequential, we say in the order from the beginning to the end, okay? So I want us to look at that, and I want us to look at the vocabulary we see in here, okay? So, do we have a volunteer to read the very beginning? Okay, Aya, why don't you start with Monday, August 29th on page 158. Before you begin, though, we need a book. Where's our book?
It's right here.
That's his book. You're going to share? Okay, please do. I would like everyone paying attention. You guys need to be bringing our books, okay? I've only been here for a week, okay? I know, but they can share. That's fine. How are we doing over here? Ladies, book? You can probably open it, right? Okay. All right, guys, Aya's going to read this first section for us, please. Last Days in St. Bernard Parish.
Last days in St. Bernard Parish. I live in a place called St. Bernard Parish, Louisiana, in a town just southeast of New Orleans. I say that I live there because I don't live anywhere. Friday night we heard that a hurricane in the Gulf of Mexico might be coming our way. Not a big deal like that. Dad called from his work and suggested evacuating since Hurricane Ida last year. He's been fairly paranoid about hurricane.
Okay, let's pause there for a second. What does paranoid mean? What does paranoid mean? Okay, worried or nervous? Worried or nervous, is that what it says for you? Yeah, it does. But paranoid often means, when we use that word, we often mean to an extreme. Okay, so if you're just worried, you're worried. Okay? If you're worried, maybe you're worried that my mom used to always worry that she left the oven on. We'd go out somewhere after dinner and it would just always be, did I leave the oven on? Okay? And sometimes you're a little worried and you just think, did I leave the oven on? No, it's fine. And sometimes you're paranoid. Okay? When every 15 minutes you're thinking, is the oven on? Oh my gosh, I left the oven on. The house could burn down. The whole house could burn down. Our dogs could die. Everything. Okay? When you're paranoid, you're getting really worked up. Okay? Often too much so. Okay? So her dad, Samantha's dad, has been extremely concerned, okay, since the last hurricane. The point of paranoia. Is that a question?
No.
Oh, you want to read?
No bathroom.
Oh, yes. Take the pass. Do your thing.
No.
Or no? Oh, no. No bathroom. Sorry. Okay. You see evacuating being used there, okay? What's Dad suggesting when he says they should evacuate? Yes.
They should get out the house.
Okay, get out of the house, and even more so,
Travel.
No, be safe.
drive away, get out of the city, okay? This winter pulled this down last time, okay? But the hurricane, you see this picture in your book, okay? This hurricane is spinning, and it comes around the bottom of Florida, okay? And it's coming right up here, straight at New Orleans, okay? But New Orleans, Mississippi, Alabama, all this part on the coast, and all these people were warned, okay? And many, many, many of them moved upward, away from the water, okay? Because we talked about that's where a hurricane gets its strength, right? It's from picking up all that water. Okay, so Dad was paranoid and wanted to evacuate. You want to finish this page, I?
By Saturday morning, the hurricane's predicted path showed New Orleans getting a direct hit. That doubled the efforts of his evacuating campaign. By Saturday night, the decision had been made. We had to leave. Hurricane Katrina was now a severe Category 4, and it was coming straight for the city. We need to get out of there.
Okay. The hurricane's projected path. What does projected mean? Might say on the bottom there. Okay.
Expected likely.
Okay, expected likely. When we're predicting the weather, do we know for certain what's going to happen? You know for certain what's going to happen? No. They might say it's going to rain today. It might never rain. They might say it's going to be sunny. It doesn't rain. Okay? As good as we've gotten at tracking storms, we're never really sure. So when the hurricane's out here, we've got scientists, meteorologists, oceanographers who are in their labs, and they're using math and science, okay, to try and figure out where that hurricane might be headed. Okay? And as this says, okay, they got the news that the projected path had it coming straight for them. Okay, so at that point, it was time to go. Okay? So the first part of this story, if we think about this in sequential order, what's the first part of this narrative about? Mohammed Salah, you wanna try? No? Well, what's she talking about here? What are some things she talks about? Just look at this page.
That's the
She lives nowhere.
Okay, she says at the beginning that she lives nowhere now. Okay, but that's sort of flashing forward to
she
the end.
lived in the city.
Okay, St. Bernard Parish. So it starts with her living in St. Bernard Parish. What's the action of this story, though? What's she going to have to do? Evacuate. Leave.
To a town.
Okay, evacuate to town, to a different town. Why is she going to leave? What's the main reason this story she's suggesting? Paula.
Because the hurricane's coming.
Okay, because the hurricane's coming, and she makes a point of saying who's really worried about the hurricane? Her dad. Okay, so we have in this first section of our narrative, we have she lives in New Orleans, in St. Bernard Parish, but a storm's coming, and her dad thinks she needs to go. Okay, that's the beginning of this story. Notice the story is called Fleeing Katrina. What does fleeing mean?
Running away.
Running away, moving away, getting away. Okay? So this is the setup, a story about getting away from Katrina. The setup is about, wow, what a surprise, how she needs to get away from Katrina. Okay, so when we go to the second section here, okay, we're going to begin to see how she gets away. So can I have maybe a gentleman reader this time? Okay, let's go. I'm sorry, I have to look at this. Don't tell me your name until I say it. Muhammad Al-Gahim, is that correct? Okay, Muhammad Al-Gahim, please read for us.
I filled a big plastic container with my clothes. I took my books off my shelves and stacked them high in my room. So just in case we did get water, they would be safe. I stacked everything atop my desk, bookshelf, and dresser, so it would all be safe.
Keep going.
I looked at my pretty dress a lot that night. I was going to wear it in my senior prom this year. It was strapless, this beautiful shade of pastel pink. It was just hanging in my new empty closet, my near empty closet. I wanted to bring it so badly, but Mama said, no room for dresses, only necessities.
Okay, why isn't her pretty pink dress a necessity, Muhammad?
Because a necessity means something important that you need, like food or water.
Okay, or some type of clothes, right? But this pretty pink dress, okay, like for guys, I don't wear pretty pink dresses. Okay, but to prom, I wore a nice suit with a tie. But that's not a necessity. If I were fleeing my house in a hurry, what type of clothes might I grab?
Regular clothes?
Regular clothes, warm clothes, okay, sweatshirts, pants, maybe dry socks. Okay, but there's not time to grab this pretty pink dress. So even though it's really important to her, can't we tell that? Okay, how can we tell? Maybe a lady can explain in this paragraph. How can we tell that this dress is important to this writer, to Samantha? Okay, it's pink, but what does she say about it? What's she looking forward to? Her prom, okay, her prom. It was strapless, it was beautiful, okay? So she really likes this dress. This is important to her. It's sort of a symbol, okay, of her high school life, of her senior year. Prom is a pretty big deal for a lot of high school seniors. Okay? So let's go on to our next section. Who would like to read Fleeing Katrina on the next page? Any ladies? Okay, Miriam. Miriam, right? Miriam? Miriam. Thank you.
Fleeing Katrina. I got the last of my things and turned off the light. Mom and I were in the car a minute later. It took almost 9 hours to get to the hotel in Boston City. It didn't take any longer than the moment we got away. And we were lucky because there was very little traffic. We spent the whole evening watching the news. Katrina's course had changed only slightly. The chef led it to make land just east of New Orleans. I looked at the projected path. The eye was going to pass over my parish. The storm was category 5 now. The highest possible.
All right, thank you. Very good reading. Okay, very good reading. The eye of the storm. What's the eye of the storm again? Do we remember from yesterday?
The middle of the
Middle.
The middle of the calm.
It's calm, okay? Right, which is a little weird, right?
Yeah.
Because we might think that the center, okay, would be the most powerful, the most dangerous part. So the center of the storm.
Just pull it down.
Yeah, right. Just needed your help. Okay, so the center of the storm is going to pass right over her parish. Okay, so the exact center of the storm is going to pass right over her parish. All right, but what's happening in this next section? Okay, so we have at first, there's worried about the storm. I'm going to put these up here so we can maybe follow the sequential pattern. Okay, so at first, we're worried about the storm. Okay, Dad's paranoid.
No, hurricane.
I am left-handed. Okay? what happens next? What does she do next? Look on page 160. What does she do before we can leave?
She put the thingy.
You put the
Okay, let's go. Kali. Okay, so they prepared. She prepared to leave. Okay, two things she did. Okay, that she talks about preparing to leave. One, she got close together to go. What did she do with all the stuff she was going to leave behind? What did she do with all the stuff, Eunice?
Put them on top of something. And her dad's afraid
Her shelves.
Why would she do that?
Her shelves.
they don't get wet.
Okay, so if the water comes in, all right, they're up high. So she prepares. Okay, do you see the order we're going in here? Okay, you're worried about it, prepares to leave, and I apologize, I try and write fast, sometimes it's sloppy. Okay, prepares to leave. All right, and then on page 161, what do we finally do? It's time to actually
Leave.
leave. Okay, so storm's coming, we're worried, so we got to get ready to leave. Okay, and then we leave. Yes, Mohammed, let me get your last name. Aghim. Oh, you want to read, or are you thoughts? Oh, the bathroom. Okay, yes. Well, no, wait. Are this bathroom still
You
closed?
can try it, and if it's, she said they're open.
Okay.
Can I read?
We'll give you your best shot. You may, Mohammed Salah. Why don't we follow along with Mohammed as he reads on page 163. Okay, so where's Samantha now?
Mohammed,
The hotel.
before you
No,
leave,
first, no, house.
She's gone, right? Okay? She's not at home. Okay? So she's getting first news from home in her new place. So let's all listen. You good listeners, as Mohammed reads here.
First news from home. We lost our home. The levees broke and water spilled into the street. Our home is gone. The stick burner is completely under the water, and we have nothing now.
You can read the next one.
Just darkness and the cry of a million crickets. I want to go home. I miss so many things about my home. We don't even know how long it'll be before they let us back into the parrot to say what we can and realize all the we lost.
Okay. Okay, very good. Can we get a reader to read just that next short paragraph on the same page? Okay, pull up.
Girl turns out now my family is in
Pontchartrain, I think.
Louisiana. We're living on a lot that used to belong to our friend's grandmother. The three of us are living in the camper. It's tight. We're here. I have some friends from my old school, and even though I was never really close with any of them, it's comforting looking around and seeing something familiar.
Okay. Alright, so if we were to think of this page, okay, this page that Muhammad and Kola just read, okay, as number 4 in our order, okay, what's happening in this part of the story? So there was a storm coming, they got the warning, Samantha got ready to leave, her whole family left, and now what's happening? Eunice?
They're coming back.
Before they come back, okay?
A million of people cry.
Okay, a lot of people are crying. Right before they come back, Eunice, what are they doing though? They're for a few paragraphs there, they're
Telling about what happened.
right, but where are they now?
They're in the state Ponchatoula.
Ponchatoula, okay, Kola?
Their friends
Okay, so they're sort of refugees, okay? They're in a new home. They're in a different city, okay, that's not theirs. Okay, so I'm going to put that up here. What should I put that as? Okay, new home, I guess? New home, refugees. Okay, and then, as Eunice said, okay, after a while, she can finally return. Okay, to New Orleans. All right, what are the reasons? Look here on let's try and make maybe a connection here. In just darkness and the cry of a million crickets, what are the reasons? What are the two reasons that she wants to go back? It's in that last sentence there on page 163, the second paragraph. Aya?
She wants to go home because to save what she can.
Okay, that's reason number one. And what's the second half of that sentence?
She misses.
Those last 5 words.
And realize what they lost.
Okay, what does that mean? What does that mean, to realize what you've lost? Okay, yeah, remember, okay, to remember.
Notice.
To notice, okay, to realize means to notice, to be aware of, okay, but there is this element of remembering there, okay, like when we go to, perhaps if you've ever gone to a cemetery, okay, I don't know, you guys are very young, I hope that all your grandparents are still well and alive. My grandparents have passed away, but sometimes I'll look at pictures, okay, or go to a cemetery, to their tombstone, not as a sad thing, but as a sort of happy thing to remember what I used to have, to remember the space they used to fill in my life.
What's a tomb?
A tomb is another word for a grave, where someone's buried.
Oh, tombstone.
A tombstone, right, Mark's son.
Is a grave?
You ask again?
A tombstone is a grave.
Yeah, it's a little off topic, but a tomb, okay, a tombstone, right?
Oh, like that.
Pardon me.
Want me to
Is this
go?
me?
It's to you, you do one. Okay.
He's gonna be a teacher once.
Miss Winter's room. Yes, he is. One moment, please. Mr. Pete.
Office or?
I don't know. Sorry. Should do a better job screening.
Oh.
Has anyone here ever gone by an old house? A house you used to live in
Yeah.
that you don't anymore? Oh, let's hear about that. What's interesting about that? Muhammad Hazam.
It makes me have memories that I used to do in the house.
Okay, so you go to your old house and you suddenly have all these memories of what you used to do there. Were there people living in your old house when you went by? New people? Yeah? How was that? Was that interesting? Did you talk to them? No? Zach, you been by an old house?
Yeah.
Yeah?
It used to be my house, but now it's my grandpa's. My grandpa lives in it.
Oh, your grandpa lives in it. Oh, that's interesting. So you have your old memories from when it was your house, but now you're making probably new memories with your grandpa when you go visit. Interesting. Yasser?
We used to live in an old house. We went to for my grandparents, and then we went by another house. Then we came back to see who was living in it. It was like my friend. It was like I don't know, I was 6 years old.
How was that to see someone else living in your house or your room? Or
It gives me memories.
it gives you memories.
That I used to do.
Okay, so even though you have a new house now and you're not going to live in that house again, there's something special about going back to that place where you have memories. Okay, so part of the purpose of Samantha going back to Katrina, okay, was not just to try and find things like her dress or her papers or maybe, you know, a keepsake in her room that she could save, but part of it was also about realizing what she used to have and cementing those memories, okay, and remembering the stuff that's gone now. Because even though these parts of New Orleans have been rebuilt, a lot of them, okay, and a lot of people are back in new houses down there, it's different, okay, and it will never be the same as it was before, which is something kind of a little sad, okay, but at the same time, if you can make it positive, and if you can hold on to those positive memories, okay, that can help you moving forward. So an interesting thing to think about what it might be like to revisit a place that used to be your home, but now is so different, and is not your home anymore. All right, so we've got a little bit more to get through here. Who would like to tackle page 164? Okay, what's going on? Okay, Yasser.
How will things change this month? Saturday, September 17th, going home. I went home, but it wasn't home. Home isn't really there anymore. Mud was caked
Kate.
everywhere on the ground.
Things were brown and gray, not green as they used to be. It was like I stepped into some other reality. This wasn't the street Bernard I remembered. We turned into my neighborhood, and it was strange. Usually I see green grass, green bushes, green shrubs, and trees. Now the salt water had killed all those things. It was brown now, an old, dry brown. Dad stopped the truck in the middle of the street, and we spilled down. When Mom walked onto the porch and looked through the front room door, I knew she was expecting what she saw. And the smell was horrible. Mold and rotten food and mud scents mixing together. I walked to the hall. There was mold growing everywhere on the walls. It was as if we had put up some demented circle-patterned wallpaper for fun.
Okay, let me stop you there for a second. What is her experience as she returns to her new house? What kind of experience is this? Good, bad, happy, scary, sad?
Sad.
Sad? A little bit sad? Okay, what's different? What is she focusing on?
The house.
Okay, before we get to the dress, because she hasn't made it up to her room yet, but that's coming.
The house.
Okay, but what about the house?
It's dirty.
Smells. Okay, Mayuma says it smells. Okay, that's one thing she notices is that smell. The garbage. Okay, the sight of the garbage. Okay, a lot of sensory. Okay, I'm going to write this here in red somewhere, right in here. Okay. This is okay. This is a writing term too. Okay, another term. Some terms from our craft. Okay, the sensory details. Okay, she's describing the smells and what else? Something you see. What does she compare? She talks about the change. Okay, the change of the mold. Okay, but how does she describe it? Look here, and the grass. Okay, what's happened to the grass too? Okay, things are brown and gray, not green like they used to be. Okay, some sensory details describing the smell, describing the colors. What do you think of when you think of the word green? What things are green? What's green remind you? Trees. Grass. What? Environment? Okay. Say again? Plants. Okay, nature, grass, things that are alive. Okay, when you think of brown and gray, what do you think of? Mud. Okay, nasty. Okay, remember that word muck, okay, from yesterday. Okay, grime is another word. All right, but green is a very sort of vibrant, life-filled color. Okay, this is how it's generally used. What is red sometimes used for when we're on colors?
Blood.
What does red make you think of? Blood? Okay.
Fire.
Fire?
Danger.
Danger, okay? Yeah, red is a strong color, okay? Usually a lot of energy, okay? Eruption.
Lava.
Okay, fire, lava, right? Okay, but see here the contrast is between the green of how the city, her neighborhood used to be so alive, and now it's brown and gray. So kind of a negative opinion